Okay guys, there are some questions about the Digital Manometer. I found this on eBay pretty cheap, and I like the idea of having a digital one instead of having the mercury ones and the liquids and stuff like that, just because it's convenient. Plug, play, go. And if I had a good manometer that I found on eBay, it was quite expensive, and my dad had one. It was for his Goldwing he had, where it sinks 4 carbs. On my Goldwing, I didn't sync the carbs with the manometer. I turned them all out the same size and just hoped for the best. The bike ran smooth. I didn't notice a difference with it. But my CX500, it ran rough. And so when it came time to getting this carb synced in on the EX500, I decided I wanted to get a meter for it. And I couldn't fashion something that was homemade because I work actually in the garage that is part of my work. So basically, you can see behind me is my big screen thing of the EX500 forum. So basically what this here is, it's a manometer. It's a digital manometer. And I've marked the top of it, plus and minus. Now this one here, this is the plus carburetor, and this is the minus carburetor. That's how I keep them straight. And I have mine set currently at millimeters of mercury, which is mmHg. Typically, according to Fogg, he likes to go in inches. It doesn't matter, really and truly, because the idea behind you want the vacuum to be equal, regardless if you do inches or metric, or SAE or metric. So, let me show you here. Now, basically, you'll be able to see the numbers here. Now, I'm going to suck on the positive side. Watch. See, I've sucked really, pretty hard. Not hard, but pretty hard. If I put this by itself on the bike, it would get an error. Okay? Now see, now I'm going to suck on the negative side. See how it's showing a minus sign? So basically with the minus sign like that, it's meaning that the minus carburetor is sucking harder than the positive side. Now, what happens when I suck them both? So basically when I suck on both of them really hard, see how there was no error. I'm sucking harder now than I did on either one of those together. Now so I'm going to let this one, the positive side, leak a little bit so that I'll be getting more negative than the positive. Watch. See what happened? So basically, if you see it jump up to negative and stuff, that just means you got a screw way out of whack. As long as they're close to balance, you're not going to get errors. So my idea, mark it so you know. Just suck on it. I mean, seriously, guys, just suck. Just find the positive and negative side. That way you can keep track of what is what when you're measuring. Know your setting that you're using. Now, just to give you a little show of this thing, it has a backlight on it, and it has a record button. It's got a differential button, which means it can show you the difference between what is actually happening to what's been recorded. It's got a different, basically different settings. You know, inches. There's actually a total of 11 different settings on here. Me, I use either the inches mercury or the millimeters mercury, and I personally like the metric one because, I don't know, it's a metric bike. What can I say? It's got the power button. It turns itself off. It runs on a 9-volt battery. It seems like a pretty nice thing. It actually comes with a decent manual. It came with this thing here, which is for a car, I'm assuming, to screw into, it looks like a thing I used to put into the intake of cars. And then there's the vinyl hoses. I'm assuming these are like a latex hose. I picked these to put on here because they're stretchier. And these ones here, I imagine they would work okay. Just in my experience, once they get warm, they stretch and they don't seal as good. But anyway, this is what they got, and it was off the same link that I put up on the eBay cheap things. I like it. I think I'm going to be happy with it. It makes a lot of sense to me how it works, and I hope this helps for what was his name that I asked this? Luke Skewed? Anyway, I hope this helps you understand exactly how this is supposed to work in the best way. So there is no real number, because it's not measuring individual sides, it's measuring the difference between the two sides. So keep that in mind when you're using this thing here, because this is designed to balance the carbs, so you want them both as close. You want this reading that pops up here to be as close to 0 as possible. Anyway, I hope this helps. This is Aphrodite, over and out.